Welcome to the third installment in my series on Doctor Who magazine. In the first episode, we took a look at the 500th issue. In the second episode, we took a look at issues number 1 through 10, published in, I think it was around 1979. Now we're going to look at the next 10 issues 11 to 20. Before we get started, just a quick mention that I am in no way, shape, or form affiliated with Doctor Who magazine. This is not a promotion for them. It's just me having a good time going through and looking at the older magazines. If you're interested, you can hop over to their website. You can, look around and maybe buy an issue or two. There's a lot of great stuff on here. As I mentioned before, in the second installment of this, I'm not going anywhere near newer issues. Certainly nothing in the last, 10 plus years. I'm just going to be looking at those old ancient 70s and 80s issues in the magazine, the ones that we original fans grew up with. All right, so let's get started. All right, issue number 11, December 26, 1979. We've got a Solarian on the cover there. And we've got a portrait of Jon Pertwee. I never thought he was necessarily a handsome man. Anyway, then we've got a Doctor Who comic, City of the Damned. Crazy caption number 11. We've got William Hartnell and, I guess, Frankenstein. And is that Dracula? I don't know. Okay, the winner of number 5. That's from Destiny of the Daleks. You must be the head of the string factory. Ha 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 ha. Okay, referring to the Movellans' hair. All right. Well, Mark Avery, good job. Good job, buddy. You won £5 for that. All right, moving on. Nice article on the Solarians here. And then we've got the Rally Bicycle Competition results. If you watched my previous episode, I looked at the first 10 issues and they were giving away bikes and TVs and all sorts of kid-geared prizes. And it looks like they gave one to Matthew Greer and David Riddler and Anne Marie. So, cool. Then we've got some Who Cares, some more pictures of kids here, and I guess them writing in. Next, War of the Worlds conclusion. 11 issues of this magazine to finish this out. And it only took me 3 issues to figure out that it was, the famous War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells and not a Doctor Who story. So, hey. Merry Christmas to all our readers. Well, thank you, the Doctor. Planet of the Giants, story 9 from the Hartnell area. Yeah, Planet of the Giants. Is that the one with the crazy ants? There's that ant there that's making me think that's the crazy ant one. That was a trippy episode. Finally, a pin-up here on Elizabeth Sladen. Took a while, 11 issues. And we've got continuation part 3 of The Stolen TARDIS. Again, such a heavy focus on comics, but this was a kids magazine, or at least it was a magazine heavily marketed towards kids at the time. And then we've got this pin-up here of the 3 Doctors. All right, number 12. This issue, Daleks and Krynoids, plus K9 and a complete new comic strip adventure. Cool. And we've got 30 talking Daleks to be won. All right. Got a pin-up of Lalla Ward there. And continuing with City of the Damned in the alien city of Zombos. That's a cool name, Zombos. More comics. 30 talking Daleks to be won from Palitoy. Uses 2 HP7 batteries not included. All right, now I got to look up your batteries over there. Okay, a AA battery is named UM3 in Japan, and then it's also known as an HP7 in the UK. So an HP7 battery is just a AA battery. The Krynoids, not the cutest looking guys. The Krynoids, they're not winning any beauty contests. Yeah. Seeds of Doom, Fantastic story. One of my favorites. Excellent six-parter. First two are set in like Antarctica or whatever, some snow place, and then the following four are set in back in England. It's a nice, it keeps the six-parter from getting stale, having, you know, the first two part pretty much self-contained. It's almost like John Carpenter's The Thing. Got some Who Cares? Yeah, I'm sorry, man. You British kids just back in the 70s, just you weren't the best looking bunch. I'm sorry. Crazy Caption. That is from Horror Fan Rock, one of my favorites. And winner of Crazy Caption number 6. Don't look now, doctor, but there's a Cybermat climbing up your scarf. Good job, Craig Spink, age 9, from Guildford. All right, we finished up War of the Worlds, H.G. Wells. Now we're on to Invisible Man. Next episode, 10 Kodak cameras to be won. Well, I guess they've got the next issue wrapped and ready to go to be able to promote it already. I did have a comment from someone in my previous video that I was completely ignoring a letter from the doctor. So here we are. I forget who you were, but this is for you. Dear all, by the time you read this letter, you'll most likely be relaxing after your Christmas dinner and celebrations and preparing yourself for the second batch of festivities. Okay. So just a letter of the doctor, I guess, to kids to feel like they're being spoken to by him. But we all know that that's just some writer for the magazine. But cool. Yeah, that's kind of why I ignored it before. It's nothing great, but there you are. The Dalek Invasion of Earth. Story 10. I don't think I've seen this one. It's still got Susan in it. I've been watching the Hartnells. They were so hard for me to digest, but by the time Susan left and Vicky came, that's when like a light went on for me. And I don't know if it was just it took that long for the show to find its footing or for me to warm up to it, or if Susan was the problem. I'm kind of thinking it was Susan that was the problem, but that may or may not be a popular or unpopular thing to say for some of you Hartnell fans out there. Entry number 12 in our photo file, Carol Ann Ford. I was just talking about Susan and how she was not my favorite companion. Loved Ian and Barbara. They were great, but something about her, despite how cute she is, I just... All right, a comic strip, K9's Finest Hour. Kids loved K9. I mean, most of us loved K9. Who didn't? The End. Okay, that's a short K9 strip. That was just a couple of pages. Okay, a Marvel ad there. Some more Marvel ads. Starburst. Savage Sword of Conan. All right, we're whizzing through these. First two issues down, we're up to number 13. There's those Kodak cameras to be won. Look at that old school thing. I think I had one of those back in the day. All right, facts and photos of K9. TV's number one hero. Let's go. Ogrons. I mentioned in my last video, I haven't seen the Ogrons in action. I think that's a Pertwee villain. I haven't made it that far yet. Some more comics. There's your 10 Kodak camera. I guess you got to answer these 10 questions. Name the boy who rescued the doctor from a blazing farmhouse in France. Nope, can't do it. Who was the sinister commander of the Iron Legion? Come on. Gonna make me go look it up. K9 once battled a robot parrot. Yeah, that was in Pirate Planet. What was it called? That's a good question. Who played the Doctor in the film version of Doctor Who? Peter Cushing. Who was the Cyberman with feelings? I got no idea. I haven't seen that episode. Cybermen had feelings? That must have been a Troughton one. Name the deadly enemies of the Centauran race. That's the Rootans. What was the name of the evil hermit in the Keys of Marinus? That's a Hartnell story I haven't gotten to yet. What was the movie producer on the planet Anhalt? No idea. What was the name of the oldest, most volatile robot in Rome? Okay, that's another question from that comic strip, The Iron Legion. And name the pacifist alien race on Scarrow. Pacifist alien race on Scarrow. I don't know that one either. Those are tough questions, particularly for like kids back in the day. Making them work for those cameras. Jesus. All right, another letter from the doctor. We're going to breeze on by that. The story of K9. This could be a good article. Okay, here, the Pirate Parrot's Wrath. There's an answer to the question in that previous thing. Polyphase Avatron? Seriously, that's its name? I'm not going to take time to read into that. Then Invisible Man Part 2. Getting some classic stories here in comic strip format. Results of our Great Digital Watch competition. So you had to draw something, terrifying monsters, to win a digital watch. And here we go. Which one do I like best? That one in the bottom left. Escalon Scavenger. That one's pretty tight. Top center. That one's not bad. That kind of looks like a Demogorgon from Stranger Things. Middle left. Kind of an average dragon. Yeah, cool. Crazy Caption 13, that's from Seeds of Doom. And the winner of number 7, Watch Out, Here Comes Tarzan by Robin Latchford. Okay, Robin. That's kind of weak. I'm sorry, Robin. Give the $5 back. All right, then we continue the Dalek Invasion of Earth Part 2. Haven't seen that one. Maureen O'Brien, Vicky. I mentioned about how I couldn't really stand Susan. And then when Vicky came in is when I really started to like Hartnell. Warlord of the Ogrons, Part 1. Again with the Ogrons. I'm going to have to get educated on them. And more Ogrons. Wow. Really riding the Ogron trail here. Plus the making of K9. A lot of K9 going on too. So number 14, January 16th, 1980. Still 12p. Still Doctor Who Weekly. Louise Jameson. That's a cool shot. All right. I could see some kids putting that up on their wall. Continuing Doctor Who City of the Damned. Crazy Caption 14. What is that one from? I don't know if I can place that. And winner of Crazy Caption number 8. I'll find that 2p if it kills me. Nicholas Johnson from Beddington Rural. Come on, kids. You can do better. The making of K9. All right, that's a decent article, it looks like. I might actually have to go back and read this one and the other K9 article. Results of our fantastic Witch Monsters Witch competition. Oh, I remember that. All right, you got your winners there. Yeah, I would have won that one. I knew that one. Virus Nucleus. Doesn't even have a proper name. Invisible Man Part 3. How long is it going to take to wrap this one up? Some more Marvel ads. The Rescue. This is where Vicky comes in, and this is when it started to click for me. And that Coquillian guy. Man, they were gross. That was good costume design because they were just disgusting. Who cares? Oh, look at that guy in the bottom left there. Reader Lee Granger. He's got some toys going on. He's got the scarf. He's got a TARDIS. He's got a Tom Baker and Louise Jameson action figures. He's got a K9. That kid's doing it right. Very cool. All right, this is Ian and Barbara, the first 2 companions. They were good companions. Ogrons. Man, I'm plagued by the Ogrons here. Got another pinup with Troughton here from Fury from the Deep. And then we've got a Star Wars ad. We haven't seen Mr. Bellamy in a long time. Is Mr. Bellamy done? Numero 15, January 23rd, 1980. Let's get it going. Troughton pinup. I've seen that picture a lot. That's a very common picture you see of him. More comics. There's got to be a point where this magazine stops being so comic focused. Crazy Caption 15. That's from Talons of Weng-Chiang. And the winner of number 9 is Jill Amanda Hayworth. This is the last time I have a date with the Silurian. Okay, all right. Inside the TARDIS Part 1. That could be a cool one. Yeah, I would say that there's starting to be some more articles that are interesting. You know, they've been primarily focused on, like, you know, the monsters or particular stories or whatever going through the Hartnell area, at least so far. But between the K9 ones and now this is stuff that would be more interesting to me, at least. Oh, there's going to be a part 2 next week. More kid readers here. Invisible Man Part 4. Another letter from the doctor. Yeah, that's just not for me. And the Romans. I've seen this one. Very good episode. Again, once Vicky got on board, that's when this show started to click for me. Oh, skipping a couple of pages here. And then we've got a photo file here of Barbara. We had Ian before. Death World. Man, these kids had no lack of comic strips or comics back in the day with this magazine. All right, Star Wars Weekly. I'm pretty sure I had that one. And then we've got an ad for the next issue of the magazine. It seems like they've got their train rolling and they've got the next issue, or at least the cover, largely prepped. Then we've got a pinup of the Draconian Prince. That's from a Pertwee story. I've seen that one. I think that was a long one too. Good 6-parter. Number 16, January 30th, 1980. All right, Louise Jameson. I don't think that's a good picture. City of the Damned. Just breeze through those. They put those crazy captions right up front now. That is a Troughton, right? With, is that Zoe? That's Tomb of the Cybermen, I think. And then caption number 10. Give it to me straight, Doc. Is it serious? All right, Carl Cheaton. I'll give you a chuckle there for that one. That's pretty clever. Inside the TARDIS Part 2. Yeah, I'm going to go back and read this one. Letter from the Doctor. Breezing right through that. Invisible Man Part 5. Who cares? Again, I'm sorry. You British kids were a motley looking group there. The Web Planet. This was the episode that was freaky. I was talking in another one. It was about the ants. This was a trippy, weird episode. It was just this weird fever dream. And they had like weird effects with the camera going on. I guess to hide that these were just obviously costumes. Yeah, there's giant ants running around. Maybe to a kid back in the day, these things were scary as shit. I could see that. Okay, that's Zoe, right? I haven't really seen, I don't think I've seen a single Troughton episode. I gotta correct that. Death World Part 2. Got a pinup there of a Sontaran. That's Lynx from Time Warrior. That's a decent story. That's John Pertwee and the first story with Elizabeth Sladen as Sarah Jane. Got an ad here for some more Marvel mags. Issue number 17. February 6th, 1980. Are you still with me? Just got 3 more to go for this video. We can do it. All right. Let's get going. Dalek pinup. Another comic. Crazy caption. We're seeing a pattern here. We've got a comic and then a crazy caption. Okay, the results of crazy caption number 11. No, not like that. Watch. Here's the church, and oh, that's the thing the kids did with their hand. Here's the church. Here's the steeple. Open it up, and inside's all the people or something like that. It's from Peter Moore from Filey. Good job, Peter. Canine Blueprints. Yeah, maybe to a kid this was cool. I remember this was a thing they would do in a lot of like magazines and specials and whatnot. They would have these things. I've seen these other places. Who cares? Okay, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, continuing on that classic horror story. Web Planet Part 2. If you haven't seen this Hartnell episode, at least go watch like the first episode or two of it. It's yeah, it's something else. Look at that bee guy there. Can you picture him having a smoke and maybe a shot of whiskey before this? Or maybe one of those ant guys. Trippy ass episode. Peter Purves. He is Space Pilot Stephen Taylor. Don't know him. I think that's from Troughton. Yeah, I'll get through those Troughton episodes one of these days. More comic. Nice pinup of Liz there from Time Warrior. Number 18, February 13th, 1980. Still 12p. Still Doctor Who Weekly. This cover, we've got the Mandrels. The one on the left looks like he's got to take a piss. Not a lot else on this cover. It's interesting. Normally they've got a lot of stuff. Got a pin-up there of the Doctor, Zoe, and Jamie. And then we've got a Hartnell comic strip. And after this should be our crazy caption. Nope, we got a Who Cares. Kids are looking a little bit better here. Then we got the Mandrels. I always thought that was a very effective costume. That is from, what the hell is it called? From Nightmare of Eden? Yeah, I think Nightmare of Eden. Love that story. One of my favorites. Annual competition results. God, that one was forever ago. That took a long time. Crazy caption 18. That is Lynx and the Doctor in Time Warrior. And then the results of crazy caption number 12. It can't be. It is. It's Leela hang gliding. Mark Seredzuk. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Part 2. Ad for the next issue. And then Frantic. Was Frantic like a Mad Magazine? The Lionheart. I haven't seen that one. Oh, no, wait, I did see this one. Did I? I don't know. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. Jackie Lane played Dodo. I don't know her. Dalek Killer. Dr. Vicky and Barbara with the Daleks. Okay. Ad for Starburst Magazine. Number 19, February 20th, 1980. Got Lala Ward there. Always thought she looked cute wearing the Fourth Doctor's costume. William Hartner pinup, Star Beast. Familiar with that one? Yeah, that's got that guy. He was in that David Tennant special when he came back into those 3 specials. Mightiest Menace, Silurians and the Sea Devil. Daleks. This is just a mishmash, I guess, of monsters. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde Part 3. Again, a classic story. Crazy caption 19. We've got the Cyberman there. And results of number 13. Hey, give me back my golf ball. All right. Andrew Foote from Glastonbury. The Space Museum. Haven't seen that one. Got another Who Cares. Katie Manning as Jo Grant. Certainly familiar with her. Dalek Killer Part 3. Pin up of the Brigadier there. Gotta love the Brigadier. And then a Palatoy ad. Number 20, Feb 27, 1980. Pinup there of Romana 1 with K9. Star Beast continuing. Crazy Caption 20. We got some Daleks rolling down there in front of it's your Parliament building, right? With Big Ben in the background. Then Crazy Caption number 14 results. Pass. Yeah. Christopher Fuggle from Stamford. And we got some more monsters. Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, Part 4. All the standard fare that we've been seeing. Fraser Hines. Yes, that was Jamie. Jamie was very famous. Another ad for Frantic. And that's it. We've made it through issues 11 through 20. If you stuck with me, thank you. I appreciate it. We're going to do another batch of 10. At some point, this is going to go from Doctor Who Weekly to Doctor Who Monthly, and we're also going to start seeing this magazine transform from being focused on kids to a little bit more of an adult focus. Can't wait till we get there, but in the meantime, it's going to be a lot of comics, it seems. So thanks for watching. Please give it a like. Please subscribe if you haven't. It really helps the channel out. And thanks for watching.